Hey everyone, this is Ed from Tech Talk. Welcome to part 4 of my PowerShell series. And if you missed the first three, I would really love to have you go back and and watch how we built this from scratch. And we're going to continue building on this. In today's video, we're going to talk about specifically messagebox and some of the issues that are associated with message boxes. So if you're getting an issue where you create a GUI and you create a pop-up message and it doesn't work when you're outside of PowerShell ICE, I got a solution for you. So go ahead and stick around and watch the whole video. And if this helps you at all, even if you only watch a little bit, please give me the thumbs up at least. That really helps the algorithm and lets YouTube know that this is something you want to watch. So let's go ahead and continue the application. We're going to add a message box. So last time in part 3, we learned how to modify this from just before we click run, it would just return the time anyways, no matter what you type. So you could literally go like this, type and hit run, and it would do nothing. Now we got it where it's computer not found and it turns it red, and then we hit clear and it's clear again. Today we're going to add a message box instead and say, okay, computer not found, and we're still going to change the back color, no biggie. So let's go ahead and do that. It's really simple. So if you're looking just to learn how to do a message box, I'm going to show you really quick. It's a simple task. So here we have the original code, and we're going to go down here under the text box. So under here we got the run click event. I should say I said text box. Sorry, I meant run click event. And then under here we say, hey, if the computer name is like textbox.text, hey, go ahead and give me the last time this computer rebooted, or else just return the computer not found in the textbox.text and change the back color to red. Well, today we want to add a simple code, and that simple code is just we're going to put a couple of square brackets, and inside the square brackets, we're going to say system dot windows dot message box, and then we're going to go outside of this and we're going to do 2 colons right in a row, and then we're going to type shows or show, sorry, and then inside here we're just going to do a um, single or double brackets, and we're going to type our message. So in this case, I want to do computer not found, and then close it, and then we're going to close the bracket. So in single quotes or double quotes, doesn't matter which one you use, when we hit play now, we should see a message box, and we're going to go ahead and hit run. So in fact, because we left it blank, we're getting a message box, or it didn't find the computer. Because also remember, we also changed this so that it actually checks to see if the computer actually exists. So if we hit run and it does exist, it's going to pull the time up. So let's go ahead and hit clear, and we're going to hit exit. We're going to save this. Now let's go into the Windows operating system and see what this looks like when you run this in real time from your computer. And I'll show you the different variables that you can do. And I'm going to continue. I'm going to show you more. There's more to this message box. So this is one of the issues a lot of people see, where they'll go ahead and they'll run this. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to double click that. You want to right click and then run with PowerShell. And then if we hit run, as you can see, we're not getting our message box. So that's one of the issues that a lot of people are seeing with this message box. It doesn't pull the form doesn't show. So we're going to go back into the code, and we're going to make a small change to see if we can fix that. And then it's going to be add type and then assembly name, and then presentation framework. So now when we go ahead and save it, and then we go back out, and I'll show you here that it's still working. We'll hit run, and we still see it's working, but so in here we're getting object not found. Let me just make sure that I didn't type that incorrect. Yeah, and as I figured, I missed the E in frame. So let's go ahead and try it again. And that's a good indicator when you look down here and you can see that you get a lot of red. If you get something red down here, you know you did something wrong. So just go back and check your typing. And then when we hit run, now we're getting the computer not found. But that's not the thing we're trying to do. In here, we want to see that it's working. I'm going to hit save, and then we're going to see if how it works outside of here. So now we're going to right click, run with PowerShell again, and now let's see if we can get the message box. So now, as you can see, now you're getting the computer not found, and this is outside of ICE environment. This is in your Windows operating system, but you also see that you still have you can still see that the PowerShell is showing in the back. And if you want to avoid that, I'll show you. You can hide the PowerShell, but the problem is it doesn't like to work with the message box for some reason. So if you want to do a bat file, all you're simply going to do is copy all of this right here, and you're going to remember, regardless of what the name of your file is. Notice my file name in here. Let me show you in here. I have test app, and it doesn't have PS1 at the end of it. But when you put it in here, you have to add the file type. You have to say .ps1. Otherwise, if you remove it, well, let me show you what it does when I double click it. As you can see, it kind of hides it down here. And if we hit run, you're going to see computer not found still works. And this is one of those things where it's kind of buggy. It'll work for some people, and other people it's not going to. It even does it for me sometimes. Even on here, I've had it where it intermittently doesn't work, and it's a Windows thing. All right, everyone, let me show you really quick how to create this .bat file. You just go to your desktop, right click, hit new, text document, and then once it appears, go ahead and double click on it to open it. And down in the description, you're going to notice I added a line of code, and this is it right here. So I want you to copy it, and then you're going to paste it inside of your new text. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to go File, Save As, and then you're going to name it whatever you want, but it doesn't matter what you name it. At the end of it, you need to do .bat, and I'll just put it in the desktop just to show you. And now you'll see that I have a new text document, and it's a batch file. You'll notice it because it'll add the gears. So I'm going to delete this because I don't need it. But another key element to this is you'll notice in here the name of my file is test app, and it's not testapp.ps1. You have to add the .ps1 in your bat file. If you don't, you will not see it. It'll just flicker and it'll give you an error, and it's not going to open up your app. So if I run this now, if I hit double click on this, this is going to work perfectly fine. So I'm going to hit exit. and you can see I got the pause in here. The pause is what causes this. We would not see that error if the pause is not there. So when I run this, this is running perfectly fine. But if I remove this, .ps1 out of here, I'm going to go in here, I'm going to hit edit, and I'm going to remove the PS1 out of here. And then I'm going to hit file, save. And now when I go to run this, you see the red in there? Well, you can see it because we left the pause here. If we remove that pause inside here, you are not going to see the error. And that's one of the reasons why I put it in there. So I'm going to hit save. This is what you would see and you wouldn't know. So if you didn't pause it, you wouldn't know that you need to have the .ps1. Otherwise, this is not going to work for you, my friends. Okay, so I'm going to end it there today. It's a pretty long video already. So the next video in part 5, I'm going to build on this text box. So the next time, we are going to actually build our own message box. I should say message box. Sorry, it's a text box. I'm a little tired tonight. But we're going to create our own message box, and it's going to be guaranteed to work every time, not as buggy as the original Forms message box. Anyways, I hope you consider giving this a thumbs up. I hope you even made it this far. And please consider liking and subscribing. Thanks for watching.